One of the big things I took away from coding, which I still implement to this day, is this idea. I think Elon Musk calls it first principles, is where, let's say, I'll use a fun example for like building a social life, or like a bunch of hot girls and stuff like that. If you want to take everything down to its component parts. When you want to build a big social circle, there's only a couple things. So you want to reduce complexity and reduce all the preconceived views on stuff. So when you want to build a network, what do you have? You have modes of communication to getting in touch with these people, and then you have the environment in which you meet them in person. So if you want to build a system to optimize your social life, you could literally hire an assistant to send out a bunch of messages because it's communicating, and then building the best possible environment, whether that be like a nightlife event or some event everybody comes to that already gives you status in that event. So it's like just taking everything down. It's reaching out to people and building a cool event. But if you start from like listening to everybody, it sounds like this very complex thing. But then when you boil it down, it's just like communication and physical environment. And I think, and then building system from that point, I think is very good. First principles thinking. It's called.
First principles thinking. I mean, that's literally my Twitter bio. First principles thinker, like thinking from the ground up to solve problems. Like it's the most effective thing. Like if you want to be an effective human being, you need to think from first principles. Like you can't just. So it's basically taking feedback from reality instead of society. Like everyone says, oh, rockets. You know, the Elon Musk example. Rockets are too expensive. You'll never get the price down. The company will never work. Blah blah blah. And he's like, hey, what are rockets made of? What do materials cost? Okay, let's go source those materials at a cheaper cost. Can we do that? If so, we can make all this stuff work. It's just, I mean, it almost sounds like common sense, but nobody does this. Everybody wants to take that shortcut in their brain, and they don't have to think about it. Like just like, and it applies to crypto too. All these different projects. Instead of the easiest thing to do is have shiny object syndrome. And that's what 99% of people do. And maybe they backstep after they see, oh, this FUD came out, blah, blah, blah. But if you look at a project and say, okay, let me break it down, like it's just the research portion, and look at it that way. But nobody wants to do that.